everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, welcome to a reading vlog. It is another long weekend, hallelujah, here in Adelaide in Australia. We have a holiday on Monday for Adelaide Cup Day, which I think is a horse race. I don't really care what it's for. Let's be real. We just have, like, in our legislation in Australia, we have, like, you get a set number of holidays or whatever it is in a year, and each state kind of has different ones. You get the main ones like Easter and Christmas and all of that, and then there are a couple of others kind of sprinkled throughout that the state can kind of use for whatever they want. And we have Adelaide Cup Day on this coming Monday, so holiday weekend. So I thought that I would do another long weekend reading vlog. So it is actually about 10 to 7 at night at the moment on Friday, the 6th of March. So like, I'd get this vlog going on Friday night for the long weekend, because let's be real, the weekend starts as soon as I leave work. So it is about 10 to 7 though. I've been home for like almost 2 hours, which is delightful, but I got caught up. I'm just going to be honest. When I got off the bus and I was walking from the bus to home, I was looking on my phone and I just fell down a random Facebook video black hole. We've all been there. And so I got home and I wasted a couple of hours doing that. Not a couple of hours, I wasted like an hour doing that, and then I had to feed the cats. I also had to do, if you used to watch my vlogs when I used to vlog regularly, then you know that one of my least favorite times of the month is to have to do the back of the neck, like, flea treatment on the cats, and I had to do that tonight. I'm actually like, they're really overdue, so I had to do it tonight. So I did that, and then also I was trying to track down, and I finally found, this is Giles' collar. I noticed right before I was about to feed them dinner that Giles didn't have his collar on. Every now and again they get out of their collars, like, I think mainly probably when they're wrestling with each other. Sometimes they manage to get off their collars, and so every now and again it comes undone. But I noticed that he wasn't wearing it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I was, like, searching everywhere to find where the collar had come up. I eventually found it in my closet. So found it. Now I just have to get him when he's unsuspecting and get it back on him, because they never want to have their collars on. And my cats are both inside cats, so you're probably wondering why I even bother having them in collars, because they're never outside, so it's not like they kind of need to be identified. And their collars don't even have, they're both microchipped, so if they ever did get out and got lost, God forbid, they would be able to be, like, microchipped if they were found by someone and then, like, returned to me. And so the collars don't even have, like, my name and number or anything on them. It's just purely that I like that the collar has the bell on it, basically, and I like being able to hear when they're, like, running around and stuff, and being able to hear where they are. So that's the main reason I have collars on them, in case you're interested. Anyway, this got off track really quickly, and we haven't even talked about reading yet. So let's just touch on what my basic kind of reading goals are for the month. For the weekend. So I am currently reading, I'm gonna have to switch hands because I just realized that my book is on the other side, so apologies. Always really, really shaky when I don't film using, like, a selfie stick or something. So I'm currently reading Darkness Falls by Kate Tiernan. I have 140 pages left in this at the moment. I'm on page 252, and this has 392 pages. I was hoping to get a chunk of this read today, but I ended up having lunch with a colleague, and so I didn't listen to any because I was out to lunch. And so I didn't get any of this read today, but I really want to finish this, and which I'm not going to grab because it's all the way over on the thing and I won't be able to grab it without it being really awkward. I also want to finish this and Giant Days Volume 10 tonight, because I always, well, not always, actually I haven't gone in a couple of weeks. I normally go to the library every Saturday, and this is really overdue, so I need to return this tomorrow. And I also want to return Giant Days because that's about to come due, and I have Middlemarch, which I finished this week, to return as well. So I want to be able to return those tomorrow. Plus, if I finish these today, these will also get included in my recent reads. Like for this week, means I will have finished them like in the week that's just been, because I do my week from Saturday through Friday. Because I film on Saturdays. Oh, my hair looks terrible. It's because I laid down looking at Facebook videos for an hour. So yeah, I really want to get this done tonight. So I really shouldn't have already, when I was already behind because I didn't do any reading on my lunch break, have then wasted 2 hours since I've been home. So that is the plans for tonight, that I really want to get this and Giant Days Volume 10 read. I don't have any plans tonight. Tomorrow I am just got my usual Saturday things, like for usual Saturday, that I'm meeting my parents for coffee, where I'll do my groceries. I'm also getting my nails, gonna have my nails done tomorrow because my nails are due, and then that's really it, and go to the library. Apart from that, Sunday night I'm going around to my parents' place for a barbecue and to play cards with some of my extended family. So we're doing that on Sunday night. And I think, yeah, Arsenal are playing. I think that's Sunday night. Yeah, it is. Is it Sunday night? I think it's Sunday night as well that Arsenal are playing, which I'm really pumped for, to go around and watch with my dad, because I haven't seen a game in a while. If you don't know, and you might remember from previous vlogs if you used to watch my old vlogs, I'm a big Arsenal fan. My family are big Arsenal supporters, my dad and my brother in particular. And I love to go around and watch with my dad, but I only go around if the games are on like Friday or Saturday nights. If the games are on during the week, I don't go around for it, because I'm not about being up at 3 a.m. and then going to work the next morning. Unless it's a really big game, like if we're playing one of our, like basically if we're playing the Spurs, or like it's a big game in the competition, I will sometimes go around even if it's on a work night. But other than that, I only really watch like the Friday or Saturday night games, or Sunday night on a holiday weekend. And we've just been through a patch at the moment where all of the games are on at like Tuesday at like 3 a.m. or Monday at 6 a.m. And I'm just like, no. And disappointingly, we were coming into quite a patch. Like, this was going to be the first of quite a big patch of games where they were all on, like, Friday and Saturday nights. And I was really pumped for it. But a bunch of the games have been rescheduled, and they've been rescheduled from, like, weekend nights to, like, work night mornings. Like, work nights, rather than weekend nights. Which is upsetting. Anyway, wow, we're going on to some tangents. So, Sunday night, barbecue, cards, Arsenal. So apart from Saturday morning, like regular coffee, shopping, nails, and Sunday night, all of that, that's it. They're my whole plans for this whole long weekend. So I really want to get a lot of reading done. So the plans, like I said, for tonight are finishing this and finishing Giant Days. As soon as I finish Darkness Falls. Yeah, I keep forgetting the title of this, Darkness Falls. My next read that I'm going to be picking up is Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I also want to get this done this weekend. So this is just over 400 pages. I am intimidated by this. This is like more of a modern classic. I believe this was originally published in like the 80s. I don't even really know. I think it's a love story. The reason this intimidates me is because I don't know why, if I've heard something about it. Somewhere in my subconscious, there's something telling me that I don't think I'm going to get along with this writing style. I don't know why, but I just am nervous for this. So I want to read this, at least this whole thing this weekend. Once the next book I'll be picking up once I finish that is a NetGalley, one of my NetGalley arcs. So I would love to get at least halfway through my NetGalley arc as well this weekend, but that might be pushing it. So kind of at a minimum, my goal is to finish this and Giant Days tonight, and then I've got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to get this read, which is very doable. Cat hair just went flying everywhere. I'm sorry if you can see that on camera. Very doable. I should be able to, that's like less than 150 pages a day. And I don't have a lot of plans. Tomorrow also I will be filming, although I only have to film 2 videos this weekend because this will be one of my third video for the week. So I only have to film 2. I only have to film a recent reads and my book haul. My hair, wow. And wow, I just looked at my phone and realized I've been talking for 10 minutes. So this vlog's going to end up being really long. So yeah, I just wanted to check in, get the vlog kicked off. I probably will check in tonight, will I check in again tonight? Or has I already done like a 10-minute clip? I don't know. I'll decide whether I end up checking in before bed or whether I just check in tomorrow morning or what. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. But I just want to get the vlog kicked off. Let's talk again soon. Like I said, I really need to get this done tonight because I have to return this tomorrow, and I won't have time in the morning. Like I get up at 8 generally on Saturdays, and I leave the house. I have about 40 minutes to like have breakfast and get ready and then go and meet my parents. And then I'll be going straight after I get my nails done and do all of that straight to the library. So I won't have any time to read tomorrow. I have to get these done tonight. So my hair, wow. Okay. I'm going to talk to you later on once I've got reading to report. Hi guys, it is about 11 a.m. now on Saturday. I am just here in the library car park. I don't actually need to go into the library because I don't have any holds to pick up. I just need to drop my books in the returns chute. So I'll drive past there's one like on the outside of the building. I'll drive past and do that in a minute. But I thought I would just park quickly and talk to you guys about the books while I still have them here with me in the car. So, it is 11 a.m. like I said, so I've been for coffee and done my groceries. I had my nails done. I've gone for this. It looks quite blue on camera, but it is like a dark gray with like kind of a bluish tone. I wanted to go for a darker color. I've had quite a few bright colors recently, like lighter, brighter colors, and we are technically in autumn now here in Australia, so I thought I'd go for a dark color to represent autumn, which is my favorite season. Wow. My face looks really orange on camera, but like I know it doesn't look like that in real life. So if you're thinking that I look really orange, like I can't tell if that's my eyes or what, because with the sunglasses everything kind of has a different hue. Anyway, so reading update. So last night was pretty successful in my reading. So when I finished filming my clip last night, I actually remembered that I had to edit my March TBR that was going up last night, that I hadn't edited that yet. So I ended up having to edit that as well, but I did still manage to complete both of the two things that I wanted to get done. So I did finish, oh shit, I dropped it. I did still finish Darkness Falls by Kate Tiernan. So this is the second book in the Immortal Beloved trilogy. This series follows immortals that, they're not like vampires or anything like that. They're just immortal. They're very hard. They can die, but they don't die through like naturally. And they, even if they get like shot or stabbed or whatever, like they'll heal from that. Basically, the only way really to kill them is to decapitate them. So they can be killed, but just like through natural circumstances, they will live really long time. And the main character's like 450. And there is some kind of like magic as well. They do have some kind of like magical powers, kind of as well. So there's a bit of magic in there. And it just kind of follows that story. This is the second one. I liked this. This is very like, I enjoy this series, but it's not anything amazing. It's kind of, I don't know, sometimes the writing style I find a bit strange, and I don't know, and they're also quite slow, like not a lot really happens. I also feel like this series could have ended here. I don't know where we're going to go in a third book, but I guess I'll find out when I read the third one. So I don't really need to go too much into my thoughts on these books because I'll be filming my recent reads today, and that will be up before this video, so this is all repetitive if you've seen that video. But I did also read the entirety of Giant Days last night before I went to sleep. So I actually have recently downloaded an app. I think it's called, sorry, my hand keeps going in shot. Bookily, I think it's called. I heard about it from Cece from Problems of a Book Nerd. She's talked about it a couple of times and it sounded interesting, so I downloaded it. And you can basically just like input the books that you're reading and then use it to like record like where you're up to and stuff like that, but also to like time, like how long it takes you to read. So I actually used that to time myself reading this. And I read this in 33 minutes. So yeah, it didn't take me very long to get through. So I did read this entire thing. Love the Giant Days graphic novel series. If you want to hear my more complete thoughts, watch my recent reads video that'll already be up before this. There are so many. I parked at the back of the library car park so that like there wouldn't be too many people, and 2 people. Oh, now 3 have walked directly past my car and are looking at me like I am the like weirdest person on the planet. But I'm like, there's so many car parks like right near the library. I don't understand why these people are parking back here. The only reason I parked here was to not be near the people because I wasn't going to get out of the car. Anyway, so that's what I read last night. So I do still, my main goal for this weekend is to read the entirety of Love in the Time of Cholera. Like I said, so that's about 400 pages. So my goal for today is I would like at a minimum to get to page 150. So I don't really have any other plans today. I do need to film. When I get home now, I will do the couple of chores that I do. Like I'll put away my groceries, which I can't stay here too long because my groceries are in the boot at the moment, or the trunk, as Americans say. So that my groceries are in the boots, I need to go home, put those away. I got to change all the kitty litter, which I do twice a week, Saturday being one of them. And then I will film my 2 videos that I need to film today. And then my afternoon is free. It does turn out that Arsenal are actually playing tonight. I thought that game was tomorrow night, but it's actually tonight. It is technically Sunday, which is where I think I was getting confused, but it's Sunday morning, so like it's tonight. So I'll be going around, but that's at like 1:30. So I'll go around and watch that with my dad tonight. But apart from once I filmed and done my like few chores, I've got a free afternoon. So at a minimum today, I want to get 150 pages read of Love in the Time of Cholera. I'd like to get more than that, but that's like kind of my base goal. Like I want to get at least that much read. So yeah, that's really it. My other thing that I didn't think I mentioned yesterday, the one other thing that I want to get done this weekend is I want to catch up on my watch later list for BookTube. I'm not super far behind, but for about 2 weeks I've been kind of at like 2 days behind. And then like every day more videos go up. And I kind of have been watching like almost a day's worth of videos every day, but I'm still like not catching up on the ones that I'm behind. So I do want to watch as much as I can this weekend as well and get as caught up on my watch later feed as I can, because I like to be up to date with that. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm gonna go. I will check in with you guys probably later today once I've done some reading in Love of the Time of Cholera. Like I said, I am nervous for that book. I'm not sure how I'm gonna find it, but I'll check in with you guys maybe once I've read a little like maybe like 50 pages or so, and kind of let you know what my initial thoughts are and if I think I'm gonna enjoy it or like how it's gonna go for me. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye guys. It's about 20 to 2. I've done all my chores. I've filmed. I've gotten into some cozy clothes. I've come into the bedroom. It's time to read. I'm going to start Love in the Time of Cholera and see how we get on with it. I just had to flick through, and I'm even more intimidated now than I was before because I've noticed there aren't really chapters. There's like, it seems to be broken up kind of into parts. Like they're not named parts. There's just like a little, I'll see if I can show you. Hold on. It's just got like this little symbol at the top, and every now and again there's a break like that, but like they're big chunks in between. Like the first one doesn't come until like 60 pages into the book. So that intimidates me even more. I really don't like when books don't have convenient places to stop reading. So wish me luck. Hey guys, same angle, but actually much later. It's about 7 p.m. now, almost, I believe. And I just thought I'd give you guys an update on where I'm at. So I just ordered some dinner. And what have I been doing for the past, what time did I check in? It was like almost 2, so like 5 and a bit hours. I have read a little bit, probably not as much as I should have. I think I've read for about like an hour and a half, probably, well, just under an hour and a half, actually. I think I've read for like an hour and 15 minutes. Total. But I have been watching some YouTube. I did fall asleep for about an hour and a half, not gonna lie. And I also watched probably about an hour worth of Judge Judy videos on Facebook because I'm trash for Judge Judy. I'm just gonna be honest. And yeah, so in terms of a reading update, I did start Love in the Time of Cholera. I am on page 105. So I wanted to get to a minimum of page 150 tonight, so definitely doable. I don't know how I feel about this yet. The writing style isn't as difficult to read as what I had anticipated, which is good. But the story's just kind of odd. So I knew, well, that I was pretty sure it was a love story. I mean, it's Love in the Time of Cholera. But it seems to be about, from what I can gather so far, it's basically about that there was this couple who are like old, like they're older, they're like in their 70s or 80s, and the husband dies at the start, like near the start. He actually doesn't die until I think about like 50 or 60 pages in, but it's in the synopsis. Like when you actually read the synopsis, which I hadn't done, it does say that her husband is killed. And then this man comes back into her life, into the woman's life, the now widowed woman, who is like the guy that she had like was like in love with when she was like a teenager. And then it goes back. At the point I'm at now, we've gone back and we're kind of getting their love story of what happened with them, and I guess like why it didn't work out and how she ended up married to this different guy. But he's basically turned up at the husband funeral and's like, hey, I'm still here. I've been waiting for you for like 70 years. Well, not 70, I guess like 50 years. And I'm like, what? So it's kind of odd. And then I think the writing's supposed to be like, it's told in kind of a like comical type of way. I don't really find it particularly funny, but that's kind of the vibe that they're going for. Like, and again, this is on the back, so this isn't a spoiler. The husband dies like trying to get his parrot out of a tree. He has this like crazy parrot. And it like escapes and it's in a tree, and there's all these shenanigans of them trying to get the parrot out of a tree, and firefighters coming, and then the firefighters like accidentally destroying the house. And then it's a type of thing like maybe if it was on like a TV show or like a movie, like might be like kind of funny with all these like hijinks, but I don't know, the humor doesn't really come across to me that well on the page, but I think it's supposed to be funny. So is it supposed to be funny? Yeah, like one of the word like things in the last bit of the synopsis is funny, poignant, and heartfelt. So I don't like hate it. It's just I'm not as like crazy into it. I'm not crazy into it. It's okay. I say so. I am watching some booktube at the moment. Like I said, I just ordered dinner, so I'm probably just gonna watch some booktube until that gets here, because I ordered from a place very lazily that's like quite close to my house. So it probably won't take too long to get here. And then I'm gonna eat, and then I am just going to spend the rest of the night alternating between reading chunks of this and watching some more booktube to catch up. I have caught up quite a bit on my booktube today, I will say. I'm only like a day behind, so I've caught up on like a day's worth of videos, so that's really good. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go to sleep before I go around to my parents' place to watch Arsenal with my dad. When the games are on at like 3, I definitely do. I normally sleep for like a few hours at least before, and then like get up and then go around. But when it's on at 1:30, and like I don't typically go to bed till around like midnight on like a weekend, and then it's like, well, then you're only going to sleep for an hour. And then it's like, it hardly seems worth it. So then I end up staying up. But then by the time the game finishes, it's like 3:30, and then you don't get to sleep till like 4 a.m. And then it's like, well, 4 a.m. is too late. So without having had any sleep like before that. So I don't know. But I did fall asleep for like an hour and a half today. So I don't know. I don't think I'll come in and like go to bed, but I might just try like dozing on the couch for like an hour or so before I go around to my parents' place. Anyway, you guys don't care. So I'm going to go, and I'll probably check in a little bit later. I'm going to move into the lounge room now. And I'll probably check in with you guys maybe later on. Before I go to my parents' place or something. I don't know. And we'll update you guys then. Hi guys. It is just before midnight on Saturday night, Sunday morning. I just thought I'd pop in and give you an update because we're getting close to midnight. I'm probably going to go into the bedroom once I film this clip and just lay down and try kind of have a nap / doze for an hour before I go around to watch Arsenal with my dad. So I don't know that I'll get any more read after this, because when I get home, I normally read before bed, but when I get home from the game, it'll be like after 3:30 or around 3:30 in the morning. So I'll probably just go straight to sleep. So I am still reading Love in the Time of Cholera. I am on page 249. I feel like I've done really well. My goal for today was to get to page 150. So I've surpassed that by almost 100 pages. I'm struggling with this a little bit. I have never DNF'd a book that I own. This is one that I own. And see, the thing is, nothing's happening. Literally, like the synopsis that I gave in the earlier clip, you then basically are following the male character that was like spurned. Like you got basically her being with the husband and the husband dying when they're old, and then you go back to when they were first courting and what happened in their relationship, and once he and her are not together, you then are basically following him through the years of, like, I guess, like her marriage and him waiting, because he's just waiting for the husband to die, so he can make his move. And we're just getting every, like, it just basically seems to be going through all of the affairs and, like, different relationships that he has while he's just waiting for his great love's husband to die. And I don't like any of the characters. Nothing's really happening. It's definitely, I'm getting through it a bit quicker now. It is taking me, like, I'm reading this slower than what I would read, like my normal reading speed. I would say this is a below average. Because I think I had a look. Oh, I just was looking around for my phone. Duh, that's what you're filming on. I'm tired, you guys. I had a look on the Bookly app, and I think I'd read for like 2.5 hours, or like close to 3 hours, somewhere between 2.5, 3 hours today. And I feel like having read that amount of time in a normal book, I would be further through than just page 250. Like, I have done a decent amount of reading, like, today in terms of time and pages. Like, 250 pages today is great. But I don't know. So, like I said, I don't think I'm going to do any more reading on this tonight, because, like I said, I'm going to go try and get to sleep for about an hour, and I don't think I'll read when I get home. So I think I'm going to leave it there probably for tonight, and then I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to, like, sleep on it and see how I feel in the morning. Because the whole reason, like, we DNF books is to not stick with books that we're not enjoying. And, like, it shouldn't matter if I own the book or if it's just a library book. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, what difference does it make? If I read the whole thing and I hate it, I'm just going to unhaul it. So, like, what does it matter if I only read half of it and then unhaul it? I think I struggle more, like, because I've already read 250, the instinct in me is going, just finish it. Like, you know, you've only got, but that's the thing, it is like a lengthy-ish, not like super long, but it's like 424 pages. So I've still got like 180 pages, 180, like between 170 and 180 pages left to go, which is like a significant like chunk. So I could finish this tomorrow, but then I'm kind of like, do I want to spend like a whole nother day reading this tomorrow just to finish a book that I don't think I'm going to enjoy? I don't know. This is all coming out here live on the thing, because I wasn't really thinking about DNFing. I knew I wasn't enjoying it, but I was just kind of like, well, keep reading. And now that I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm like, why? Why keep reading this? So like I said, I think I'm going to sleep on it and see how I feel tomorrow. But at this point, I'm feeling like it's likely that I'm not going to finish this, and then I'm going to move on to something else. I also hate DNFing because I don't add DNFs into my finished books, or I do include page numbers. I include the pages that I read in my numbers for the month and for the year, but I don't include it in like my total books read, and I don't include it in like my average star rating or any of that. So yeah, it always feels like a waste. Like I feel like I've wasted a whole day of reading, and I'm already really behind in my numbers. And like that shouldn't matter. And it won't. Like, I'm not going to let that affect my decision either, because I mean, realistically, because this book's taking me longer to read than the average, if I DNF it, I could likely, like, over time get more read than if I kept going with this. This has got so rambly. I'm so tired. I'm going to go sleep for an hour. I will check in with you guys at some point tomorrow, let you know what I've decided to do about this, and if I do DNF it, what I'm moving on to, but we'll chat about that tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys then. Hi guys, it is actually about 10 to 2 in the afternoon now on Sunday. I have done nothing today so far except sleep and watch Judge Judy videos, basically. So last night, I almost slept through Arsenal, which would have been disastrous. I would have been so upset. But I couldn't go to sleep. When I came into the bedroom to go to sleep for a bit, I couldn't fall asleep straight away. And then I don't know when I did fall asleep, but then I slept through my alarm twice. And I literally woke up with 4 minutes before the game starts. Luckily, my parents live, like literally 2 minutes, from like in the car from my house. So I zoomed around there and made it just in time for kickoff. So that was fine. But then when I came home, I said it was like 3:30, and then I was a little bit awake because I was awake from being up and watching the game and all of that. So I didn't probably go back to sleep until like 4 a.m. And I was probably on like 20 minutes of sleep before that. And then I woke up at 8. My alarm goes off at 8 on weekends, and I got up and I fed the cats and I had breakfast and I was up for a bit, and then I was just in my room, like I just came back into the bedroom, and I was just like watching some Facebook videos, some Judge Judy videos, and I fell asleep, and I didn't wake up until like 1 p.m. So I have just quickly eaten some lunch and got ready to go out very quickly, because very excitingly, I am going with my dad now to look at a new laptop. You guys may have seen a few tweets from me recently. My laptop I got, that I'm using now, I think I got in 2014. I'm pretty sure it was in 2014, like mid 2014. I got it not long after I'd moved to Adelaide. And I've had that same laptop ever since, and it has been on the verge of complete death so many times. It hasn't been working great for like 2 years, but laptops are really expensive. And it's gotten to the stage now where there's been a few times where I've actually thought it has died. The last time was just like a week or two ago, where I couldn't get it to turn on. It wouldn't turn on. I spent like 3 hours doing troubleshooting things to try to get it to work. Couldn't get it to work. Thought, this is it. It's finally done. And then after I'd given up, like 20 minutes after I gave up, it turned on. Like, man, I wasn't trying. It just turned on. And I was like, okay. And then since then, I have not shut it down or even shut the screen to let it go into sleep mode, which is really bad for it. But I'm scared if I turn it off, I won't be able to turn it back on. So I've needed a new laptop for a really, really long time. I have been saving up my like birthday and Christmas money, like money I get from like my parents and relatives around my birthday and Christmas for like 3 years. And I had them in all separate locations. Like I just had them in the random cards, and the cards were all everywhere. And I finally, like a week or so ago, collected up everything and put it together and counted that money and realized that I had more money than what I thought I did. And that I have probably, depending on what type of laptop I get, that I probably have enough to get one with that money. And so I've done a lot of research over the past like week or so, 2 weeks, picked out what laptop I think I want to get, and me and my dad are going to go look at it at the store today, see what kind of deal maybe we can get. So I'm going to do that. I have to pick my dad up in like 5 minutes. So like I say, he lives like 2 minutes away, so I'll be leaving shortly. But I just thought I'd check in with you guys, even though I've got nothing to report. I haven't picked up this. Don't know if I will. I'm still really torn. I was messaging with Mel on Voxer saying I'm having DNF anxiety. And the thing is, it's so silly to me, but I can't help it, that it matters more to me DNFing a book that I own than like a random like library book. Because when you think about it, it should be easier to DNF it when I've spent money, because I've already wasted my money on it. I shouldn't waste my time as well. Like I shouldn't let it eat my money and my time. But at the same time, I'm like, but I did spend money on it, so then I want to. But then it's like, what? Like I said yesterday, what difference does it make if I'm going to unhaul it anyway? So at the moment, I'm leaning towards unhauling it, particularly because I now have like, I thought I'd get a lot of reading done today, but I've wasted half the day. And now I'm going out, like I said, to look for laptops. I probably will only have maybe 2 hours when I get home before I'll be going around to my parents' place, and then I'll be at my parents' place all evening. So today's going to be a very light on reading day after all. So that kind of makes me go, oh, that means that I maybe would get this done if I really pushed through in that 2 hours when I was home. But I'm not motivated to do that. So it's likely going to be a DNF, but I will confirm when I check in with you guys a little later. I'll probably check in with you guys maybe before I go around to my parents' place, I'll let you know what I decided, how much reading I got done, and whatever it is I decided to read. But I will, and whether or not I got a laptop. I'm really hopeful I'll get a laptop. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Hi guys, so it is just about 5 p.m. now. There's a Winifred. Oh, she's stretching. She knows it's almost dinner time. She's about to come over to me and say, Mum, where's dinner? Oh, hi. So it's almost 5 p.m. Well, I actually don't feed them anywhere close to 5 o'clock usually. I normally try to feed them no earlier than 6. Anyway, so I have had a fairly productive afternoon. I went to look at laptops with my dad. I didn't purchase a laptop, but we've confirmed the one that I had done research on. That's the one I'm going to get. But the store where we're getting it from, my dad can actually get a cheaper price if he orders it through his work. He can save me about $80, which ain't nothing to sneeze at. So he's going to order it through his work. So, and then I'll probably have to pick it up at the store. So hopefully I'll be picking it up at the store sometime this week or next weekend. So I should have a new laptop really soon, which is exciting. So I was out for about an hour, came home. I then have spent some time editing my recent reads video because that goes up tomorrow. So that's actually exporting from the editing program right now. And then that'll be ready for me to schedule to upload when I get home tonight from my parents' place. I have done some reading. So I haven't officially DNF'd Love in the Time of Cholera. I basically decided to put it to the side for now, pick up my next read, and then if I get through my entire next read this weekend, like if I finish this weekend, or even if I don't, just whenever I finish it, then decide how I feel about Love in the Time of Cholera, whether I want to go back and read the second half of it or whether I'm done with it. So haven't officially DNF'd it, but I'm leaning towards a DNF. So I picked up my next reads. I'm actually reading on my Kindle. I'll move my head over a little bit so I can put a picture of the cover in here. I am reading The Silent House by Nell Patterson. This is one of my NetGalley arcs that I have to read. It was published on the 1st of March, so it's already out, and it's a thriller, and it's about we're following a sign language interpreter who, there's been a murder of a little girl. I knew it followed the daughter of a family, but I thought she was like a teenager. The child's actually like 18 months old, so very sad and tragic, even more so than like you would expect. So, and it's a deaf family, so both of the parents are deaf, and there were 3 children in the house. So the parents had recently-ish got together. I think they've been together for about a year or 2 years or something. And so the 3 children, they're not their children together. She has a daughter, and then he has a son and a daughter. And it's his daughter that has been killed. And all the 3 kids were asleep in a room together. And the daughter, the youngest daughter, the 18-month-old, was bludgeoned to death. I probably shouldn't say that, makes it sound like she was, we don't know the details yet because we haven't got the post-mortem result in the book, but she was, from the get-go that she was hit over the head, blunt force trauma. And we're following the sign language interpreter who has been called in to interpret for the family. She has deaf people in her family. She's involved in the deaf community in their area, but is not deaf herself. And so she's interpreting. And I'm quite enjoying it so far. I really like that quite often when you get these books that follow the perspective of someone who's kind of on the fringe of one of these type of events, they find out way too much information, and the police tells them way too much information, and you're just I don't think that would happen. But in this book, I really like that so far the police are really sticking to their boundaries. They're you're going to be there for the interviews and interpret for us for the interviews, and obviously she's finding out information through that. But whenever she asks them questions and everything, they're we can't talk to you about the investigation. We're not going to tell you any more than what you hear. So she's piecing together a few things that she's heard through the media, and then what she's heard in the interviews. But apart from that, the police aren't giving her it's not like the police are going, oh, well, maybe it's this person, like, because that wouldn't happen in real life, and I really like that's not happening in the story so far. So I'm about 20% of the way. Am I 20%? I think I'm 20%. I'm 21% of the way through that. Oh, I'm actually 22%. I lied. Let me just... I'm going to quickly go back to the start because there was a little spiel about the author, because it is kind of own voices representation. I'm just trying to figure out exactly, okay, 850, where I am so that I can go back. Oh, my video just finished exporting. But I need to go to my parents, so I probably won't schedule it till later. Anyway, let me go back to the start. So it says, after studying English at university, Nell Patterson became a teacher and specialised in deaf education. She has been teaching in the deaf community for 12 years in both England and Scotland, and working with students who use BSL, which is British Sign Language, in case you didn't know. Nell began losing her hearing in her 20s, but still refuses to wear her hearing aids. She lives in North Lincolnshire with her husband and child. The Silent House is her debut novel. So this is her first novel, but she's is hard of hearing, has some kind of hearing disability herself, but has studied sign language, is a deaf educator and all of that. So all of that is very like authentic. It's going to be obviously very like quite authentic representation, which is really cool. So really enjoying that. So I'm about to feed the cats and go around to my parents' place for dinner and cards. I probably won't get much more read tonight. I'll probably do some reading depending how late I get home. I'm probably do some reading before I go to bed. But apart from that, I probably won't get much more read tonight, but I'm really hoping to get a lot read tomorrow. I don't have any plans tomorrow. I just want to get a few things done around the house. I haven't done any of my, I did all my Saturday chores, like things I normally do on Saturday, but I haven't done any, washing, and I want to, do all my clothes washing, so make sure I've got clean clothes for work in the coming week, and, I probably do a load of towels and stuff like that. So I'm going to do all that tomorrow. But apart from that, I do have knitting group tomorrow night. We don't always meet on public holidays, but we are this weekend, this week we are. So I'll be going to that, but that's not till 6:30. So I've got all day tomorrow to get as much reading in as possible. Hopefully I don't sleep the day away like I did today. But yeah, so I already read 20% of this. This has been super easy reading so far. So I'm confident that I can get this finished and then make a decision about Love in the Time of Cholera. But I'm not sure whether I'll check in with you guys later tonight. Maybe if I get any significant amount of reading done, I'll check in. Otherwise, I might just check in with you guys tomorrow, because I'm aware that all of the clips I filmed for this so far have been fairly lengthy. This is probably going to end up being a really long vlog, but I don't do them that often, so I'm not too worried about it. Giles has just turned up. He thinks it's dinner time as well. So yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to feed them and head to my parents' place. I'll talk again soon. Hi guys. It is actually about 10 to 3 in the afternoon on Monday. I'm not feeling the greatest. So I get really bad hay fever, in case you didn't know, or allergies. I think people just call it allergies in other places. We call it hay fever here. Anyway, I never used to get hay fever growing up, but since I was about, my early 20s, I started getting hay fever, and every year my hay fever gets progressively worse, and it's been really bad over the past, year or two. I've had, 3 sinus infections in the past, year or so, year and a half, and my hay fever's been pretty bad over the last couple of days. Last night when I was at my parents' place, it was pretty bad, and then this morning I woke up and I hadn't taken anything for it, and my parents don't keep any histamine or anything because they don't suffer from hay fever, and then when I woke up this morning, my nose and my sinuses and everything were really blocked, and I was having that kind of sinus pain that you get, and I've got a sinus headache and just really not feeling my best self. So today's been fairly unproductive. So I was up this morning for quite a while, not doing anything exciting. I fed the cats and had breakfast and read a little bit. My hair, sorry. I've been laying down, so my hair at the back is a mess. Did a bit of reading, watched a little bit of BookTube, and then I've kind of been sleeping off and on. And then I've had some lunch and then just been kind of laying around. Like, I really haven't done anything. I'm supposed to have knitting group tonight. I think I mentioned that yesterday that I do, but I don't think I'm going to go because I just really don't feel that great. And I've obviously got work tomorrow, so I'd prefer to kind of lay low and conserve all of my energy to go back to work next week. Luckily, obviously, with today being a holiday, that means it is a short week. Sorry, are you okay? Winnie? Sorry about that. Winnie, I can see Winnie's across the room laying on top of my like chest of drawers, my tall boy. And I could see that she had one of her like claws trapped in the bell on her collar and she like couldn't get it off. And of course, by the time I got up and went across the room, she'd got it free herself. So yeah, really not feeling great. Don't think I'm going to go to knitting group. I might give myself another hour or so before I officially decide that I'm not going. But I really do still need to, I still haven't done any of the things that I wanted to do today. At the bare minimum, need to do a load of washing of like my clothing and stuff for work because I need to have clothes for work. So I need to do that. So I'm probably going to do that now. Once I finish filming this clip, I'm going to go put on a load of washing. And I probably will take a shower and stuff as well because that always, you're not feeling well and then you just lay about, then having a shower like can just be really refreshing, and the steam will probably help with my sinuses and stuff as well, so I'll probably do that in a second. But in terms of a reading update, so I actually read a lot more of The Silent House yesterday than what I thought that I would get read. I read to almost 50% of the way through last night, so I think I was on like 47% last night, and then I've read another chunk, like another like 25% or so today. I'm on 72% of the way through, I think, at the moment. It's almost 3/4 of the way through. Still enjoying it. I'm a little bit more frustrated with it now than I was right at the beginning. There has started to creep in a few, like, you know, of the standard things in thrillers that can be really annoying, like characters making really silly decisions and doing a few things that you're just like, so dumb, like don't do those things. So a few of those things are starting to creep in, but I am still intrigued like by the mystery. I don't really have a theory because haven't really been given that many clues or anything, but there's only really, it's one of those stories where there's only really like 2 or 3 people who it could really, oh sorry, I just say I don't have a theory. I do have a theory, but I don't want my theory to be correct because I don't like the idea of that, but we'll see where it goes. So like I said, I think I'm going to get up now, put on a load of washing. My cats have literally just started wrestling on the end of my bed, so if you can hear a lot of wild bell jingling, that's what's that. Hey, we're a happy family. So yeah, I'm going to go put on a load of washing, have a shower, and then probably do some more reading and stuff. So I'll probably check in with you guys a little later this evening and let you know how I'm getting on. I am confident that I should get Silent House finished today, because only, like I said, I've got like 28% of that left to read, so I should get that done today. And then I will I mean, next time I check in, I may have even finished it. Depends how long it takes me to get through. But I will talk to you guys again soon. Hi guys, it is about close to 7 p.m. now, I believe. Obviously didn't go to knitting group. Still really not feeling the greatest. I had a shower and decided, well, so I get laser hair removal on have been having it on my legs for quite a while, and one of the things you have to do like in between sessions is be really vigilant with exfoliating to make sure you get rid of any like dead hair that's coming out of the hair follicles. And so I try to be really vigilant with that, and I was exfoliating my legs, which meant bending down, which bending forward when you have problems with your sinuses is like not cool because everything, like there's all pressure at the front of your head on your sinuses and just it isn't great. Anyway, but I meant to exfoliate and I washed my hair, and then I have just been chillaxing, doing some reading and some booktube watching. I just ate dinner, but I thought because I wasn't feeling well that I wasn't super hungry, so I only had like a light dinner. But then now it's been like 20 minutes since I ate and I'm still hungry, so I am going to eat some salt and vinegar chips, but I thought I'd give you guys an update before I do that. So, I finished Silent House by Nell Patterson. So, I don't know, I've got kind of mixed feelings on it. I think I said to you guys when I started in the first like 20% or whatever it was, I was quite enjoying it. And the thing I enjoyed about it was that I thought it was at that point quite realistic to like the police not letting her get overly involved and all of that. That kind of goes out the window in the second half of the book. Very typical of thrillers that the character inserts themselves like in really not believable ways in a lot of cases into the investigation. And all of that type of thing, and the police officers like let stuff happen and do stuff that I just don't believe would happen in real life. And the outcome at the end, so what I had thought they were maybe hinting at that I'd suggested before, I then thought, no, I don't think it'll be that, because that's a bit like too, I don't know, I thought that would be a bit too dark. So I had then basically thought, oh, I think it'll be this. Like, they're clear, like, to me, it was, like, clear that this is the path we're going to, and then that is what we went down, so nothing overly shocking, mostly, but there were limited suspects, so, you know, it was always going to be nothing overly shocking. So I finished that. I think all of my full thoughts will be in my recent reads video next week. I haven't decided on a final rating, probably be something like a 3.25, maybe. Something around there. And so I decided to bite the bullet and pick back up Love in the Time of Cholera and try and see if I can get through the end part of this. So I've read another, I think, like 40 pages from where I was up to. I'm on page 297. So I've got about 130 pages left in it, which is totally doable. So I'm hoping that I don't have any plans now, obviously, that I haven't gone to knitting group. I don't have anything I need to do tonight. I managed to do my washing as well, which felt like an accomplishment when you don't feel good. So I've done everything that's like bare minimum that I need to do, which is all I'm going to be doing today. So I'm just going to settle in and alternate between like reading chunks of my book and watching booktube videos. I'm currently in the middle of Sarah from Steeped in Books' most recent vlog. So once I finish filming this clip, I'm going to go back and finish watching that and eat some chips, and then I'm going to read some more, and my goal is hoping that I can finish this tonight, so that then I can start something new, like moving into the work week, and go in with like kind of a fresh palette into the work week with something different, and hopefully something I enjoy a little bit more than what I've been enjoying this so far. But like I said, I only have 130 pages left now, so it just seems like, you know, just gotta buckle down and get it done. So I'll probably only check in with you guys once more, maybe right before I go to bed, before I go to sleep, let you know exactly where I finished off for the weekend. So I will talk to you guys then. Hi guys, it is just after 10:30, and I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to give you guys a final update. Still don't feel the greatest. I actually don't feel as bad now as I did earlier, which is good. I still don't feel the greatest, so very much looking forward to heading off to sleep. But I did want to give an update on my final reading. And I did just finish Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And I really, really didn't like it. Really, really didn't like it. I'm going to put a quick spoiler. I'll put a picture of some kind, spoiler warning, up on the screen, and you guys can skip ahead if you don't want to know any spoilers for this. This isn't like huge. Like, this is the type of book that it's very character focused, and like basically you're told what happens in the story in the synopsis. Like, that's what the story is, and then it's just getting there over the 420 some pages. So, but if you don't want to know any of the like details, then skip ahead to this spoiler warning, because I'm going to discuss some of the reasons that I hated this book, that it got even worse for me. I think that, well, I'm going to get into the specific first. So the specific thing that's kind of spoilery is that the main male character, who's like in love with this female character who's been waiting for all of these years, is towards the end of the book, he's in his 70s, and he is having a sexual relationship with a girl of which he is the guardian for, and she is 14 years old. I think she's 14. She's in high school, and he makes a comment at one point like, I'll be dead by the time she finishes secondary school, but like he's having a sexual relationship with her. It was appalling, and it's not done in the way where it's like, oh, this is a bad thing. It's just something that he does, and it's just like, okay. She ends up committing suicide because she feels her life is ruined once he breaks off the engagement with her with absolutely no care for her feelings whatsoever. And then continues to be a really shit guardian to her, even though he's not having sex with her. He like doesn't help her at all as a guardian, basically, once he breaks off having sex with her. And she ends up committing suicide. What? So bad. So I'm going to take the spoiler warning down now and then just talk about things a little more generally. I thought that sexual assault was glorified a lot in this. Like, there's a lot of different, like, non-consensual sexual encounters kind of described, and at least 2 that I can think of off the top of my head that were then like, oh, but I love that person. Like, and it's not like someone that they knew. It was just a random encounter of a non-consensual factor, and they're like, but it was the best, like, thing that ever happened to me, and if that person ever, I don't know who they were because it was some random person that sexually assaulted me, but if they ever come back into my life, I love that person and I would want to be with them, type of thing. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is Gabriel Garcia Marquez thinking? And then I've mentioned, like, I think earlier in the first part of the book, like, I didn't like either of the characters. It had no, like, I didn't care about I had no investment in their relationship or the outcome of it. And like I said, the whole book basically ended up being just the tale of the guy who is spurned or whatever at the start, like his sexual escapades and all of the like affairs and everything that they have, and everyone throughout the book is just, it's just a lot about sex kind of, and like not morally good sex in a way, not to be judgmental about it, but I just mean like there's a lot of affairs and a lot of cheating of like people who are in relationships, people who are not in relationships, and like I said, a lot of poorly described and timed relationships. Really, really didn't like it. I think I'm going to give this 1 star. And I do not give out 1 stars lightly. In fact, I don't think I've given out a straight 1 star in a couple of years. I generally just give a 2 star if it's a book that I didn't like, and I save my 1 stars for books that I find like particularly angering or problematic in some way. But I feel like this book falls into that category for me. And I normally, when I do vlogs recently, try not to talk too much about my thoughts because I try to save that for my recent reads. But I just finished it and I'm real pissed off at it. So it's kind of book that I'm kind of like, maybe I should have DNF'd it, but I'm glad to have finished it. And now I feel like I can speak on it. Like if anyone's like, I don't get the the love for this book. I read a bunch of reviews just now before I filmed this clip once I finished it, and I don't get it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So to do a quick recap, I guess, on how much reading I did this weekend. So I read about 151 pages of Darkness Falls to finish that. I then read the entirety of Giant Days Volume 10. I read the entirety of The Silent House by Neil Patterson, and the entirety of Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So I think I read like just under 1,100 pages. I think that works out to be something in that kind of realm. So that is it for this vlog. I'm going to sleep now. Back to the work grind tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. I will have an outro clip after this, so I will talk to you guys again in the outro. Bye. I hope that you guys enjoyed this most recent reading vlog for me. I always have a lot of fun when I'm filming these. I might do one again next month for Easter. Maybe. Let me know what you guys think of that. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. That is all I have for this video today. Bye guys.